Some people like to expose gay people. You know so and so? He says he's straight, and he might even sincerely believe he's straight, but he's actually gay. He needs to become aware of his gayness and own it. Stop lying to the world and himself. And some people like to expose selfish people. You know so and so? He presents himself as unselfish, and might even sincerely believe he's unselfish, but he's actually selfish. His desire to help others is really about himself, his desire to be needed and or appreciated. He needs to become aware of his selfishness and own it. Stop lying to the world and himself. Okay, the phenomenon of exposing helpers as selfish is enabled by acceptance of the view that selfishness is bad and unselfishness is good. This view needs to be challenged. If someone is unselfish, meaning disregarding their well-being, that's bad, wrong. If you're considering becoming a doctor because it's upheld as an unselfish career, even though you would hate being a doctor and really want to be a banker, you should be selfish, become a banker. If you're going to uphold unselfishness and be a doctor, at least take what pleasure is available in your unselfish path, including pleasure from knowing that you're doing what you believe is morally good, and from appreciation of your unselfishness by those who believe unselfishness is good. If people say you're not actually unselfish because of your pleasure, yes, that is a problem for you. But your problem is not that you're selfish, secretly or openly. Your problem is that you're unselfish. You're unselfish in upholding unselfishness, disregard for your well-being, as morally good, in pursuing a career you hate, in settling for what pleasure there is in being unselfish, pleasure which is unwholesome because it reinforces unselfishness, reinforces the career you hate, and in having to suffer from the charge of hypocrisy. Your pleasure clashes with unselfishness. The shaming of selfishness and upholding of unselfishness corrupts what selfishness looks like in the world. What selfishness looks like in an anti-selfish culture is your pursuit of happiness is dogged by pressure to sacrifice it, and if you cave into the pressure, you must settle for the pleasure of being appreciated for your unselfishness, plus you'll be shamed for the pleasure. What selfishness looks like in a selfishness affirming culture is you're encouraged to do what you love, become a banker, and with full moral support. There is no false view in the culture that the career of banker, moneylender, businessman, employer is morally inferior to the career of healer, policeman, firefighter, soldier, employee, on grounds that the former are selfish and the latter are unselfish. Instead of exposing helpers as secretly selfish, consider exposing unselfishness as openly toxic.